Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Tack Talks Football. This episode is going to focus on the World Cup, and we're going to focus on three elements: the good, the bad, and the really ugly of what transpired during this World Cup session. Let me just say hi to Jeremy real quickly. Good to see you, son.
Hey
Hope
there.
everything's going good, and good luck to you this coming weekend in your nationals.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah. It's
and
gonna.
the nationals. So good luck to you in that endeavor. And then, unfortunately, Jason can't be with us tonight, but we're going to try and text him in and get him to pop up some pretty quick answers for us. So the way it's going to go is I'm going to kind of run this show and put Jeremy on the spot with respect to the good, the bad, and the really ugly of the World Cup tournament for the United States. So, Jeremy, over to you. What one thing do you really think we could focus on as a good outcome of this tournament for the USMNT, including through the round of 16 match?
Well, to keep it very simple, we won 2 games in the group, which we haven't done ever. That's the good. We looked extremely good in the first game. Tactically, we looked great in the second game. Third game, toss up is what it is. They showed grit. They showed fight for 3 of the 5 games. And I think that is a good thing coming out of this tournament. Um, but we simply we just lost focus, I guess, in the last game. But I'll stick with the good for now. What do you think?
So, the tournament in general, I think if you focus on just the team, I think it's a little shortcoming. If you look at everything from how the setup of the fields, the structure of the stadiums, how the United States puts on a show, I think is part of it. And that includes Mexico and Canada too. Everything just went off really well. And I think it's a combination of entertainment and performance when you look at it that way. That is a good thing. I mean, the attendance for this thing, whether it be in the stadiums or um, the media coverage and the television schedule, blew all records away, right? And that included the U.S. men. And the U.S. men, when they were performing, even in the Turkey game, you look at that. Yeah, we were using a lot of the guys who would not normally start. 9 of the 11, I think, or 7
Yeah.
of the 11, I can't remember which. It was a good performance. We made the normal mistakes that we make, which is right now just one of those things. But their overall performance, their intensity level, I think was there. And so everything about it, the media, the television coverage, the fan base, the way the Europeans and the other internationals embraced America, I think you saw something change here.
Hmm.
And so that's the one good thing I came about it. I think it was a collective approach from team to media to the hosts, all came together in a really good manner.
Well, and that's the thing. I think that everybody wants to see US fail in things, and I don't know why. Before the tournament occurred, oh boy, we're not selling any tickets. It's going to be an absolute disaster here. To oh boy, this is the greatest thing we've ever seen. It's just an absolute spectacle. Everybody's enjoying it. Everybody's getting along. We have the Tartan Army that's drinking Boston out of alcohol, going to the baseball games. I mean, just everybody's enjoying it. And
Yeah.
before the tournament, I mean, it's just a pure scare tactic to really convince us that this was going to be an atrocious show.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's been the
Exactly.
complete opposite. It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
Truly
So
enjoyed it.
yeah, so that's why I mean, and the games have been remarkable. I mean, to see teams like Curacao and Cabo Verde do the things that they've done, Egypt,
Egypt
what
today,
they
yeah,
did today against Argentina, no reason they shouldn't have won that game.
right?
I thought it was over, and you let the great Messi and his team put 3 in on you in about what 15 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So it was in their hands. I think their tactics failed them. So, but yeah, you're right. It's just that it's that whole collective of how this turned out, and we'll talk about the bad here in a minute. But yeah, it's just unfortunate that the U.S. didn't go on. I can't even imagine the numbers. I think it was 30 million, 30 plus million watched the U.S. versus Belgium game. I would
Hmm.
imagine it would have probably been 35, 40, maybe 45 million that would have watched it had the U.S. made it to the round of 8. So overall, just fantastic tournament. It's going to go on
Yeah.
now with some unbelievably incredible matches. When you
Yep.
look at France, Morocco right off the bat, it's just going to be a real positive, I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. So Jason's responded. He said, "We realize that the same players that failed at the 2022 World Cup should not have been used this World Cup. That's a good thing, Jason." I think the lackluster intensity in front of thousands of fans is baffling. We were the worst performance of any round of 16 match in front of our own fans. That arguably, our best player was hurt again by kicking another player who didn't even get hurt. In addition, our captain whiffed a clearance that was shot right at him. Embarrassing. So,
So he certainly jumped ahead and
yeah, but
it's
that's
going
what I'm
straight
saying.
to the really ugly.
But honestly, that's probably Jason's good. What he
Yeah.
saw good coming out of the tournament. Yeah, these
Well,
guys, they were idiots again, and they failed us once more. So good
yeah.
thing to know that those players don't belong on the pitch anymore. That's probably his opinion. So yeah, great answer, Jason. Yeah. So all right. So we're gonna keep this relatively short and to the point, and Jeremy and I will talk about a couple other things at the end here. But so now the bad. And you can bring anything bad into it, make it a collective like I did with the
So I'm gonna
first one.
I'm gonna break it down. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go US first, and then I'm gonna go as a tournament as a whole.
Yeah. Okay.
So for US, our big time players, and when I say it's players, I'm looking at Dest, I'm looking at Pulisic. Um, I think Pepe would be in there just because of how much success he had at club. Um, Reem, I didn't mind until this last game. I actually thought he had a good tournament overall, so I can't complain too much. But we'll get to the really ugly part of him very soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I simply think that the bad solely circles around Pulisic. He's now been a part of this team for 2 World Cup cycles and has 1 goal to his name. This World Cup, he had 0 shots. That is nearing really ugly, but I'm putting it bad simply for the fact that I think I saw it coming just based on his form. He is so inconsistent. He's injury prone. He has scored 2 goals in big tournaments when I'm including Copa America against a very weak Bolivia team. So I think it's a good and a bad thing. I think that we realize that Pulisic is not the answer, and the bad thing is that now we gotta find a replacement. I don't think he has a part of this team anymore. I just don't. We are wasting time with him. I think that any time that he feels pressure, that he is in a struggle against a defender, he bails. I think he might be hurt. I don't know. I mean, he always is. So, but I just feel like he purely bailed on this team this tournament, and that is not what we want to look into as a leader or our star boy. And I think that's now shifting over to Malik Tillman. I think that's our guy.
Yeah, very good. You know my feelings of Malik. I think I gave you a list of who I thought were my top players for the U.S., and Malik was number 1. Balogun was 2. Um,
Yeah.
uh, and then I had Richards as 3, and I can't remember. I had Freeman at 4 or 5.
Yeah, and
but
Berhalter, I'm sorry, I didn't I
there,
don't
there
know
we
if
go.
you said it.
Berhalter, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Berhalter was who I had at 4 and then 3 minutes 5. And you're right. And so the bad element of this are the players that I'm going to call out point blank. Christian, you failed the team this round. Dest, some of the worst I've seen you play. Other than the first match, I thought you were brilliant.
Mhm.
Once you turned it on, and um, and Jedi, I'm putting it on the table right now, son. There's 2 footballs that you need to learn. You need to learn American football and how a quarterback works, and you need to learn how to play football and cross the ball to somebody and not hope that it's just going to find somebody. So, in American football, a quarterback bases everything off of timing and his accuracy, right? You get a guy streaking down the field, he's got to know his cycles in his mind, and he has to know where he's got to put the football. I played quarterback all the way up into my freshman year of high school, and I could do it religiously. That transitioned extremely well when I converted over to play soccer. And I'm telling you, I know it's a big pitch. It's a long pitch, and you got to crush it pretty hard to get it across there. But I think I saw today an absolute pinpoint cross from Argentina on that header that won the match. That ball was an inch over that defender's head. Hey, Jedi, learn to cross the damn ball.
Well, there was 2 really good crosses, one from Messi and one
Oh, yeah, but
from
both of them. That's what I'm
Lautaro,
saying.
I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I'm telling you right now, so for Dest, Pulisic, and um, Jedi, you let us down this tournament. I would have brought on, if I was the coach, I would have brought on Arfson and sat your ass on the bench at halftime of that game.
Well, and I think that Robinson really needs to look at Nuno Mendes on Portugal. That boy can hit a missile 70 yards on a dime.
On a dime. Yeah,
And that's just something that we lack from our outside backs. Good
yeah.
athletes, they recover when they need to, but yeah, we lack that killer service.
Yeah, and then you
Uh,
look at Jedi and the goal that he scored against Germany that was absolutely a laser.
yeah,
You know, yeah, Jedi, you get those moments. And you had those moments a year ago in the EPL where you were really running up some goals.
yeah,
What happened to you, dude?
yeah,
Mushrooms? I don't know.
yeah,
You know. So the bad for me. Tournament fantastic. U.S. playing solid, doing really good things on the pitch. Fought hard in the when we went down to 10 men against Bosnia and Herzegovina. And then what a tank. I mean, just tanked it. And I'm telling you right now, I put the blame solely on Pulisic, Dest, and Jedi. They could
yeah,
have led that team out of the hole, and it was little Berhalter that did that. When he came on, game changed.
yeah.
So,
Well,
so
it was a pride. It was heart, something that
yeah.
the rest of the team was lacking a lot in that game. I mean, I think Carly Lloyd said it best. It looked like they were ready to lose when they first stepped on the pitch. They weren't ready whatsoever, mentally, physically. I don't know if it was just what was it, their 5th game. They were just tired, whatever it is, but there's no excuse.
Oh, come on.
I mean,
Look,
you have an entire country backing you, and this is the performance you gave.
yeah.
Pitiful.
Yeah, but you can't even say they're fatigued. Look at the Mexico game.
Oh, I know. Yeah, greatest game in this
Yeah,
World Cup so
probably the
far.
greatest game anybody will ever watch in a World Cup.
Yeah,
Oh, excuse me, except the last 10 minutes of the Argentina Egypt game.
yeah, yeah.
You know it. And then the who else came back from 3-2? There was another game that they were down and came back and won it.
Was it the
Oh,
Senegal
Belgium.
game?
It was Belgium. No, Belgium came back. Remember, they were down 2-0. Senegal.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Belgium,
yep,
Senegal, and Belgium came
yep.
back, which gave them all the firepower they needed to take on the U.S. And where was that fight? How do you show up for a round of 16 match and you're playing 8 guys via 11? It boggles my mind.
I don't know. I don't even have any words. I mean, from the performances that we saw in the first 2 group games, I'm like, "Oh, we could go really far," because they were just firing on all cylinders. They looked like they were very, uh, together as a team.
Oh,
The coach was loving his life. I mean, everything was just going so smoothly, and then we get knocked back to reality very, very quickly.
yeah. And what amazed me was Freeze. I mean, you come up with that first save. What an incredible save by Freeze. I never thought he could have gotten to it. And that was a goal. You
Yeah.
remember at what, the first what 8 or 9 minutes of the match, right?
Oh, yeah, Castagne.
And then
Yeah.
do you know that all 3 of the next no, the next 2 goals all came inside the 6.
Yeah.
How do you not pick off the cross? How do you not sacrifice to go out there and get that ball? I mean, look at the Egyptian goalkeeper. Holy crap.
Yeah.
What saves that boy made, huh?
Cabo Verde's keeper. I mean,
Oh,
I think keepers have
unbelievable.
been absolutely amazing this tournament,
Yeah.
and that was a weak
Yep.
performance.
Yep. Yep. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
So I've gotta turn back a little bit on Jason. He did give me his answer for all 3. So the good, we realized that the same players that failed us in 2002 should not have been used again. Great answer, Jason. Yeah, great
Yeah,
answer.
I
Yeah,
assumed.
yeah, yeah, great answer. So number 2, he thinks the lackluster intensity in front of thousands of fans is baffling to him. Yeah, that is bad. When you can't perform, when you've got 98% of the entire crowd pulling for you, and that's the oh, I'll call the fairy dance that Tim Ream did
Oh
when he
god.
tried when he tried to block the shot. I don't know what he was doing. Yeah. Um, and then as the bad, he said we were the worst performance of any round of 16 match in front of our own fans. That's bad. Yeah, that is bad. So good answers, Jason. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. So now we're gonna get to um the very ugly. I'm not even gonna call it ugly. I want the very ugly.
Okay.
I'm interested to hear what you have to say. I've got Jason's answer and I'll give that in a minute. So go ahead.
So I got 3 of them. So the first one, I loathe VAR. It doesn't make sense to me, and the reason why. So you're telling me that you can reverse a corner kick, but you cannot reverse a goal kick? Makes no sense to me. What's the difference? So that's the first one. 2, they are using it inappropriately over and over again and making rash decisions when it shouldn't be intervened at all. It is delaying the game. Many of these situations can be controlled by the referee and the referee alone. It's way too involved in general, and it just we need to have it more defined. This is what you can do, and whether it's coaches' challenges or whatever it may be, but VAR gets way too involved. I can't stand it. I'll be honest with you. And does it fix a lot of things? Yeah.
What about
Like
what
offside,
about what about
offside.
forward goal line technology and offside?
Yeah, yeah, I don't mind that. I
Yeah.
don't mind that.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think it
So
just
there's elements of
intervenes.
VAR that you
Yeah.
can understand the need for them. Because I actually did like the overturning of a corner kick for a goal kick. But you're right. If it's a goal kick and it should be a corner kick, it should be overruled as
Yeah,
well.
well, I mean, why not? I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
that's just making things up as you go.
Yeah. But I
Um,
think what they're trying to do is, I'm just guessing here, Jeremy. I think they're trying to balance. Most of the time when there's a goal kick, it's pretty clear and evident because the ball's been hit probably somewhere further up the field
yeah.
than a corner kick where a defender is
No, I understand.
sliding and then
Yeah,
blocks it coming off of the guy, right?
I-
So I can see what they're trying to do.
yeah.
But yeah, we'll talk more about it. Keep going. Yeah, I'm gonna let.
No, the
So
second
VAR.
one, was obviously the controversy surrounding Balogun getting his red card suspended. I think everybody can pretty much agree that it wasn't an initial red card in the first place. It made more sense to me if FIFA stepped in and said it is rescinded completely versus being suspended. That is where the controversy lies, at least with me. It doesn't make sense. So basically, you're saying it's a red card, but since we intervened, we can just suspend it and just let him play. Like, it doesn't make sense. If it's not a red card, don't give him the red card. And it wasn't a red card. I mean, we all agree.
Right,
Majority
everybody
of
was
the people.
agreeing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't like that situation. Um, and then my third part is to our performance against Belgium, but also the fact that we went through all this controversy and it did absolutely nothing for us.
Uh-huh.
It made us look stupid. Um, it just that last game, and I'm not putting anything on Balogun. I think that he tried. I think that he probably felt like a little silly in the situation as well. I mean, I after the game, he went up to the coach and was like, "I didn't have anything to do with it," is what the coach for
Right.
Belgium said, and he's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
We know it's not you." So I think that he was probably feeling it a little bit in himself. But I didn't think he played poorly because of it. So of course we're a better team with him on the field, but it just happened to be the worst day that we've had in a long time. So I'll go to our performance now, and this is where I have concerns with soccer going in the future. Um, and I don't know if you watch a lot of the YouTube videos, but Barstool Sports and El Presidente, which he's off his rocker a bit, but he is not exactly a soccer guy. And he basically said, next time I'll learn to not fall for this soccer hoax again. That's what worries me, is that we're giving false hope. We look great against teams that aren't so great. And then when we play teams that are good to borderline great, we can't handle it. And we look at our past performances. We lost to Belgium in 2014, had to have Tim Howard be an absolute maniac in goal. We go to 2018, we don't make it. 2022, we lose 3-1 in the round of 16. And then we borderline get our worst loss in 2026 when we arguably have our strongest squad.
Uh-huh.
Um, that is very concerning to me. And when we all realize that, I think, and we've had this conversation a lot, we're exactly where we're meant to be, I think.
Mhm.
And it's going to be like this for a long time.
Yep.
We are probably going to make the round of 32 almost every World Cup now that it's expanded. And we maybe get to the round of 16, and that's about where we are until we really start taking this sport serious in this country. We start taking our own league in this country more serious and invest in it and actually try to maintain some of our players in this league, because we all talk about this whole development issue. Well, majority of our players aren't developed in MLS, so is it really our issue then? They're getting it developed outside of in other academies,
Mhm.
and I think that maybe that is the concern, is that we're meshing all these different styles of play and we're not creating our own identity,
Right. The
and we're trying.
2002 team that advanced to the round of 8 against
Yeah,
Germany
yeah,
and honestly should have won that game or at least tied it when the had VAR been in place, it would have caught the handball.
yeah,
There would have been a
yeah,
red card against Germany and it would have been a penalty kick, right?
yeah,
So that game could have been turned upside down from that point on, which could have taken us to the next round.
yeah,
So you're right. I'm in 100% agreement with everything you said. I think we've got, I think we've hit a plateau because we're a tier 2 sport in the United States. We don't have the Deion Sanders, the Michael Jordan. We just don't have them. I think the closest players that we have to that, I can, I can give you really three. I mean, I could throw Jedi in there, but the way he's playing right now, I'm just not sold on him anymore. But You look at Balogun, his strength and speed and quality is there, and he's still young. You look at Malik Tillman, and I know he had a less of a good game, but he did score the goal off the free kick, right? But he's just there. He's just very creative. You can tell he loves being on the pitch and playing the match. And think about it, prior to the World Cup, he wasn't getting a whole lot of time with Poch. He was
Mhm.
always coming on as a substitute. And but he just kept going and going and going. And I mean, some of his play was brilliant. In fact, when he nutmegged the Belgian guy, and it ended up creating a good opportunity for the U.S. It was on the touchline. I mean, it was absolutely brilliant. And the guy even tried to take him out, and he avoided it. So, so right now I think we're at 3.5 because I'll throw Jedi in there with Balogun, Malik, and Freeman. Now Freeman's raw. He's a raw player. He's very young, and he was brought on at a relatively late stage to this whole thing. And so I can understand some of his more amateur type mistakes. And um, I feel bad for him because I think the kid had a great tournament. You
Yeah, he
know,
did. He
and
did.
you all would laugh at me if I throw Berhalter in there because you know, Sebastian, you're a great young player. I mean, that strike that you had that would have brought us back to 3-2 was absolutely a laser that just
Mhm.
went by the post. Um, but you're small. You're not a big guy, and soccer has gotten big.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's where he's going to struggle. Um, but he
Well,
plays big. He plays hard. He
well,
does
and
get
that's what
knocked
I was
off the
getting ready
ball.
to say. Yeah. So Berhalter was the guy that Luna could have been.
Hmm.
And we could have had 2 of those on the field at the same time when our guys aren't working as hard as they should be. I think that Berhalter and Luna are the same type of players that feel like they always have to prove themselves because they are in the MLS, and
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
and I think that goes a long way. Um, uh, that they are going to be the blood and guts of a team, and I think that we're missing that with a majority of our players. Actually,
Mhm.
just imagine if Malik Tillman, which I think he's technically gifted, like extremely good player. He's been one of the top attacking mids in the entire tournament, in my opinion,
Mhm.
actually. Um, but just imagine if he had that grit. That
Well,
that
and he kind of does. I mean, you've seen some of the tackles he's
sometimes.
gone into. You know, and I mean, he'll fight for the ball. So I think he's still learning that. Um, he may never get that full. I mean, I look at you,
No, some players don't. Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, look
yeah.
at you. Your technical ability is incredible, but you're not a Jason. You're not going to run through somebody, right? You're
Right,
going to just
right.
run around them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think he can get there, but just brilliant in general. But, all right, so you're done with your very ugly.
I'm sure I could pinpoint a lot
You
more.
you
I
you
mean,
can. I'm sure of that.
well,
So
yeah. I'm gonna give one more,
okay, all right.
and this goes with like along our roster. So the final very ugly that I have is that you're telling me that in a country of 300 million people, that Tim Ream at 39 years old is our best center back and Freeze is our best goalie that we can find. And now I get it. We've had this conversation. I understand some players, you're not picking the best players, you're picking
The right player.
the right players.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, they could be the right players, but also the best players.
Mhm.
And I don't think that we have that across the board.
Yeah. Well, I think you guys
Some
you
some
guys made a
players,
great
some players.
comment a while back early on in our earlier episodes. Gozo and who was the other kid that we were talking about bringing on?
Julian Hall.
Julian Hall. I mean, to give those two guys an opportunity. I mean, I'm sorry, Joe Scully, you're not there.
No.
He's just not there. And um, I just I love Gio Reyna as well, and he scored a brilliant fourth goal for us against Paraguay. But to have Julian Hall and a Gozo available to you could have made a difference in igniting the team because they would have been nothing but attack, 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 attack. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Christian Pulisic, 11 attacks, and you lost every one of them. Every one of them.
I mean,
Dest,
realistically, like
Dest.
I said,
I don't even think he maybe attacked one time. You know, he
yeah.
just kept dropping the ball backwards. So, and everything about we're fatigued and all bull crap, man. That's such a cop out. Such a cop out. It makes me
Well,
sick. So,
and that's a part of my very ugly as well. It didn't seem like Pochettino trusted his subs whatsoever.
mhm.
I mean, we were looking at the Bosnia game, and maybe he just didn't want to change anything because things were going right.
Right, right.
But he had 3 subs left that he did not use when we're down a man.
Mhm.
And we were only up a goal at the time. And so they were looking a little gassed, and I think that those subs could have been used, but I don't think that he trusted them to be able to get the job done,
Yeah,
and that's a
yeah.
concern. Um, and then we look in the Belgium game, and our best players are coming off at halftime. I mean, one of our best players are supposed to be our best players in Dest. Realistically, he could have took off Pulisic at halftime too, and we
He
wouldn't have
should
seen the
have.
difference.
I think it would have made all the difference
Yeah.
in the world. Yeah,
No, no, it very well could have,
yeah,
but what I'm
yeah.
saying is, like, we didn't need him on the field.
And
He
I
was
would have pulled Jedi because Jedi
Yeah,
was doing things, but 90% of the time turning and playing the ball backwards. And his
yeah,
crosses were to nobody. Arston, he would have gotten in there. He would have gone haywire on that side of the field.
yeah,
So
but the thing is, though, if the coach and I'm going to give him credit, I mean, he's sticking to his guns. If he doesn't trust him, he doesn't trust him.
yeah, I get it.
But that's my very ugly.
Hmm.
We're utilizing 14 players when we have 26 guys, and you don't
Yeah,
trust 12
yeah,
of them?
yeah. Yeah.
So we
I
have
guess we're
14
rebuilding the U.S. men's national team.
So what that tells me is out of 300 million people, we have 14 players that can be playing on the national team.
Well, you don't have 300 million. You've got a small percentage of those that will ever play professional sports,
No, I
and they're going to
understand
go to
that.
football, baseball, basketball, hockey. So,
No, no, I understand that.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
completely.
So,
But what I'm saying is we have a large selection of players.
yeah,
And I'm sorry, like if we can't have a deeper pool of players that can be trusted to actually make a difference, if we put on a sub, they got to be able to create and make an impact. And we don't have those players with as big as a country as we are, that is a huge concern in the soccer world to me.
right. You mentioned somebody, Pulisic, took no shots in the game.
He took no shots in the tournament.
Oh, no shots in the tournament?
No,
In the tournament?
in the tournament.
Oh, wow. Um, I think you could say the same for Weston McKennie and Tyler Adams.
Yeah,
I don't remember any shots up.
no.
Yeah, so you got
Uh,
3 people that didn't shoot right off
Our
the bat,
services aren't
and
great.
our services were terrible.
So
Yeah, the
when we play
only
against better opposition,
yeah, it's just
you have no chance.
there's a real ugly there, and all of you that played in that match, you need to look in the mirror and go, "Holy crap, we really did. Maybe we're not as good as we think we are." You know. Um,
Yeah.
all right, so let me give mine, and I'm going to start off by saying the ugliest element of this tournament has definitely been the undeserved red card to Balogun. And referees, I'm going to attack you. I've experienced this before at the club level, at the USL level, and you need to do something about it. And that something that you need to do about it is when you make a mistake as a referee, you need to own up to it. And the only way you're going to own up to it is if the people that are watching over you and doing your assessing hold you accountable. Then they're not doing it. Because immediately upon that red card decision, The referee made a mistake. VAR made a mistake. Immediately, the disciplinary committee of FIFA should have come out, as you said, and said, we are overturning that red card because the official and the VAR failed to follow protocol, and the decision is done. Not one person in all of the world would have said anything about that. And you all do it to yourselves all the time. You stand by one another no matter what, even when they're wrong. And then you go, well, you were wrong, but we're not going to tell anybody you were wrong. Well, guess what? That dude was wrong. VAR was wrong. The disciplinary committee was wrong. And Infantino, you were wrong, because you should have come out and said specifically, the referee was wrong. This is over. And it really, really disgusts me. It's one of the worst things in soccer. And all it does is it gives a referee an opportunity to make a bad call that changes the outcome of a game, and they don't pay for it. Because nobody holds them accountable.
Oh, and it's not just the accountability aspect of it too, it's the inconsistencies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as I mentioned previously to you, in the Canada-Morocco game, there was probably 4 challenges in the first half that were worse than Balogun's.
Yeah.
The Paraguay-France game, there could have been 6 red cards, and it didn't happen. So we look at Messi's in the very first game, worse than what Balogun did.
Yeah.
And I get it. The tournament's probably better off with Messi being in it. I fully understand that, but we can't do those type of things.
No.
You have to, as a referee, think in your head, I've been watching this tournament, even when I'm reffing, whatever it may be, and I've seen some challenges, harsh decisions. I've seen what Messi did, and when I compare that in slow motion, there is no way that's worse. And if that's not even a yellow card, I can't give this a red card.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Incidental contact, and it was unfortunate. And it did put a stain. I think it put a stain on the World Cup a little bit. And it probably did influence the U.S. and how they felt Belgium was going to be playing them, thinking now oh my God, they're protesting. We might lose the match even if we win it. It was just chaos. It was the worst element of this World Cup. And that is the real ugly piece of it.
yeah.
But other than that, the tournament's been phenomenal.
It's been
Every
wonderful.
element, every game. Everybody thought there was going to be big blowouts. We had one blowout, 7-1, I think, was the
Germany Curacao game.
yeah. And it was just unfortunate, but
Canada Qatar was 6-0.
yeah. So
Yeah.
just overall great tournament, fun to watch. I'm still going to watch. Normally when the U.S. is out, I'm done. But in this case, there's just such great games coming up that I'm fully engaged. So let's see what Jason said again. 3, that arguably our best player was hurt again by kicking another player who didn't even get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about Pulisic, everybody.
Yeah.
In addition, our captain whiffed a clearance that was shot right at him. Embarrassing. Yeah, Reem. I don't know how you tippy-toed around the ball, but you did. And it's unfortunate because, Tim, we do think you played pretty solid.
Yeah, but let's not even talk about what Matt Freese was doing. I mean, kick the shit out of the ball 100 yards.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing?
Yeah. And I go back to that discussion about our overall defensive posture. Is why is it that we're destined to make serious mistakes in our defensive third of the field? It literally happens almost every match they play.
Composure.
And I think that's pure composure. That's exactly right. It's pure composure. And you watch the top 10, 12 teams in the world, man, when the pressure's on, they just calm down, play out of it, do their best.
Well, I think what disappointed me the most is that we're gonna look back at the Mexico-England game as probably one of the games of the tournament, and Mexico gave everything they possibly could against arguably one of the best teams in the entire tournament. Canada I would say 65 minutes gave a
Mm,
lot of trouble to Morocco.
Morocco, yeah,
Cabo Verde tying Spain, giving Argentina
Argentina, yep,
everything they could handle. Egypt giving Argentina everything they can handle. Paraguay knocking out Germany. And you're telling me that our damn national team couldn't be inspired by any of those performances?
I know.
Like,
I'm
it
totally
just
flabbergasted.
absolutely
Yep,
baffles me, and I think that it absolutely put a stain on this tournament, and, like, you always see all over social media, what do you rank the US national team? I would have put them at a 7 or 8 if they bowed out to Belgium with a good performance. I put it at a 3 now, just from the aspect of it was an utter failure to really live up to how much, I guess, how much morale was around you guys, how much, appreciation that everybody's had for this team and how they've been playing, and it completely just set us back to what we always thought they were going to be.
mhm.
I don't think anybody really had a whole lot of faith in this team going in, and then once the Paraguay game came in, they're like, "Oh,
Oh,
okay."
maybe we got something here. Yeah,
And then Australia game comes, and they're like, "Oh, okay, that team beat Turkey."
yeah.
And then again, we
Yeah,
won 2
Turkey is
games.
a
That's a
wash. Yeah,
positive.
it's a positive.
Yeah, yeah.
They played well. Yeah, they played well.
We won 2 games. We've scored more goals than we ever had in a World Cup, I believe.
Yep. First time we've ever had a player with 2 free kicks as a goal with Malik.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
first. Yep.
2 shutouts.
Yep.
So we did a lot of really good things leading up to the Belgium game, and I don't think you or I could come up with a really good answer and say, "Well, why did you guys
Yep.
perform like that?" I don't
No,
think there's anything that anybody could say.
there's not.
I don't think any of
There's
the
no
players could say.
excuse.
They would
No
simply
excuse. Yeah.
they would simply probably just look at it and be like, "Well, I don't know."
Yeah. And you have to hold the captain accountable, right?
Everybody's gotta be accountable at
I
this
know, but
point.
I'm saying you hold the captain accountable because he should have been in their faces. Christian, get your game turned around right now or get off the field. I mean, that's what you've got to do,
Yeah.
right?
The buddy system, it
That's what I'm
seems
saying.
like it's just
But
we don't know
what
what's behind doors, closed
I
doors, but
believe Belgium, it was Tielemans and Trossard got into a fight on the sideline, shoving each
yeah,
other.
yeah,
And that's when they were making the comeback during the Senegal game.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've got
I
to
don't know.
have people that are willing to stand up and look you in the face and say, you either start playing or get off the field. Because if you keep
Yeah.
playing the way you are, I'm going to come over and kick you and you're going to leave the field because you're going to be injured.
But
And
as a pro player or a national team player, at least Weah recognized that he played really bad, and
yeah,
unfortunately, it wasn't until after the game.
yeah,
Uh, I think you need to realize and recognize, like, I'm literally doing nothing in this game. It's time to turn up.
yeah.
And if I can't, then I'm gonna look over at the coach and say, "Coach, I just don't have it in me
That's
today."
right. It's not there.
Like, as a professional player, like, I get it. You're gonna have a little bit of an ego, but put it to the side when you have an entire country rooting for you
Yeah,
and you're performing like that. Get
yeah,
off the field.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. You got to step away.
Yeah.
Yep, you got to
It's
step away.
disappointing.
So,
I was really it's one of the most disappointing, uh, times I've ever had with this
yep,
national team. I'll be honest with you. I have been up in the air on, do I really even care at this point? Um,
and we were
watching
high
this
on
team,
them too. I
supporting this
mean,
team.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were talking and really hyping them,
I mean, hell, Jason's one of the most critical people on the
and
team,
he
and he
was
was even
going, "Hey,
giving them
this is
props.
actually turning out pretty good."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So no
It's a
doubt, but
shame.
yeah. All right, well, let's give last thoughts, Jared. What do you think?
Well, I mean, we have to look forward to 2030 at this point, I guess. We
Yeah,
got some good quality prospects, I think, in Gozo and Julian Hall and Securis and those type of guys. So hopefully they get their moments to shine. Kevin Sullivan being another one. But in my opinion, I think that we've got to start looking at replacements for who can be our next big time player to replace Pulisic.
Yep.
Because
Well,
in my opinion,
I think Balogun can get there, but he's got to have the
mm,
people that can feed him the ball.
no, yeah,
Yep.
no, I agree, I
Yep.
agree.
Yep.
But is he going to be the face of it? I don't know. He might
Yeah.
not want to be that type of guy,
Right. Yeah.
and I think that's where we all question. I don't think Pulisic does either, but we've kind of put it on him.
Mhm.
And in my opinion, I'd be okay with if he never played for the national team again. I
Yeah.
just
I
don't.
agree. I agree.
I just don't see his impact.
I think his career is on this slope.
Yeah,
Yep.
unfortunately, and maybe bringing him back to MLS is the best thing for him. I know that one of the teams was rumored to be looking at him.
Yeah. And Milan
Uh,
said, nope.
yeah, I know, but maybe it's for the best, and maybe
Yeah.
that'll bring a little bit of his hunger and drive back. It could
Mhm.
do the complete opposite too. I don't know, but very disappointed in the result. I'm very proud of what they did for 4 games.
Mhm.
But that last game was.
Yeah. Turned everything
Uh,
off.
uh,
Just turned
it,
everything off. Yeah.
it really did. Like it makes me not enjoy the tournament as much. Like I would, like I said, I'd be okay if they went out on a high,
Yeah.
even if they lost. And I just think that just looking back at this game, I'm just like, well, I just don't know how I can
Right.
continue to support this over and over and over again to be let down.
Yeah. That's why I felt
Uh,
bad for
uh,
Berhalter, man, because he smoked that ball and it was going to
it
beat the
almost been the
keeper.
exact same goal that he scored in Turkey
I
again.
know it. Well, no, this one was, I think this was going almost upper 90 when
Yeah,
it went by. I mean, it was just above the goalkeeper's hand when he reached, but just wide of the
I
post.
should say same distance, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Same
yeah,
distance. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if that goes in and it's 3-2, I think it's game back on. Right.
I I I don't know.
Yeah.
The way they were performing, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Could be.
Maybe.
Could be. Yeah. So,
Berhalter
give me
would
your
have
last thoughts.
certainly.
Give me your last thoughts on the, quarterfinals here.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly some tasty matchups, that's for sure. I think Switzerland's going to give Argentina absolute fits.
Yep.
They are so organized, and I actually really enjoyed the, Switzerland-Colombia game. I thought it was one of the
Really good.
cleanest
Yep.
games.
Yep.
I'm
They
not
were
talking
all
like fouls and all that,
No,
I'm
they were
just
all
talking
helping
like,
each other up. They had a couple
yeah.
shoves, but yeah, but they were
Yeah,
helping each
but
other up and
tactically, they
smiling.
both
Yep.
both were really good. The quality was there. It was an enjoyable match for a 0-0
Yep.
draw, in regulation, that is. But, uh, that I think Swiss is gonna push them to their limit. I really do, and I actually think that we're looking at an upset there.
Oh,
And then I
what
foresee.
about their scoring though? Do you think they can, I mean, they already struggled
I don't
against,
know if they'll need to.
yeah. Oh, you just take
Uh,
them to penalties?
I Yeah, I think they could be the Croatia of this year. I truly do. I just think that and they got some speed up top.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they got some really good players up top. Overall, they're a really well-rounded team.
Yeah.
They could give any team fits at this point,
Yep. So,
especially on their side of the bracket.
yep. So, all right. So you hit Argentina, Switzerland. What about
Yep.
Norway, England?
Well, it's an interesting matchup
Hmm.
because Holland plays against every one of these guys, or with some of them,
Yep.
that is. But
Uh-huh.
I think England takes it. I don't see that Norway has the quality across the board. It's going to be a good matchup because they're very similar styles, but I think England just has the better players.
How many do you think Holland will score?
Mm,
I'm guessing two.
I don't know. Harry Kane and Holland might have two each.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking as well. I mean, it's almost impossible to stop the man. He's just insane.
It is, but I
Yeah.
think again, it's also a blessing that Holland has played against a lot of those guys, but it's also a curse that a lot of those guys have played Holland.
Yeah, and they
And they're
know.
big, and he's always struggled against bigger center backs because
Yeah.
physically they could play with
Yeah,
him.
they can challenge him head to head. Yeah.
Yeah. And then on the other side, we got France and Morocco, which
Yeah.
is a rematch from 2022, I believe.
In the quarterfinals, I think.
Yeah, I might have. No,
Quarterfinals.
because
Was it
Morocco made
semis?
the semis. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that's
pretty
right. It was
sure.
semis. That's right. It was
Yeah.
semis. Yeah. Morocco went third. Yeah.
So I think Morocco, again, another very organized side. They work their tails off. I just don't think that they have enough to stop that front 3, 4 guys. I don't think anybody does, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but it's funny. Why is it taking them so long to get there? You know it.
Yeah.
They're struggling early on. They're hitting bad shots over top of the goal, and maybe that's just it. I've seen it
Well, what's
before where
scary
they're
is they're
just
still pretty
they're
young.
dialing in. Yeah, they're just kind of dialing in their shots, and eventually they're on target, and then they
That's
bury them.
exactly what it is.
Yeah,
But again, like I said, they're still pretty young, and
yeah,
everybody's gonna want a little bit of that spotlight on that team because you got a Ballon d'Or winner, you got Mbappe,
yeah.
and you got a probably future Ballon d'Or winner out of
At
Elise.
least
So,
a unbelievable player. Yeah. Spain,
so
Belgium.
I think Spain wins 2-0. I think they're not giving up goals, and they're gonna outpossess them probably 80-20.
You think?
I think Belgium's only hope is maybe to play extremely physical and,
I think Lukaku
take
ought
them
to
take
start.
them deep into
Yeah,
extra time or PKs.
yeah, yeah. So that's good. All right.
Mhm.
Well, I think we've got good. Jason hasn't sent any other inputs back in, so um, I look forward to the quarterfinal round, and let's see what happens. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. Jeremy, great to see you.
Yeah.
Great discussion once again, and we will see you Tack Talks Football next episode.
Take care, everyone.